Hi, good afternoon once again. I am Dr. Rajat Praveen Dimri, Associate Professor, Himalayan School of Management Studies, Swami Rama Himalayan University, Jolly Grant, Dehradun. In the ongoing series of the lectures, today we will be resuming with the session that left. It is the factors influencing consumer behavior. In previous session, we talked about the basic concept of consumer behavior, its nature, its significance, why it is important, and the various factors those are responsible for shaping a consumer behavior. We talked about the factor number 1 that day. It is the psychological factor, which included the motivation, learning, the attitude and the belief, and so many. Now we move to another factor that is determining the consumer behavior, and we call it social factors. The human being is a social animal. We all know and understand it. We are directly or indirectly getting affected by the society. So, society is the people, those are living around us, and these people influence our buying behavior, and vice versa. We also keep on influencing. If I go to a village, definitely people will seek my behavior and will try to learn something from me in their consumption, and vice versa. I'll also seek the organic consumption behavior from them, which is very popular nowadays. So it's a both way process. So in social factors, let's talk about the first factor that surrounds an individual, that is the family. Family is the first social unit that comes in one's life. Family is an organization, yes, more than 2 people are there, that gets formed by either taking birth in it or getting married to it, or by legal adoption by the members of the family. It plays a significant role in shaping the buying behavior of a person. We will behave as our family trained us. Consumer socialization is a one phenomenon that is very popular nowadays. Consumer socialization means how the individual gets converted into consumer, means the learning of consumption patterns, and this learning comes through family, and family is a social unit, important for marketers and individual as well. A person builds his or her preferences from his or her childhood by watching their elders buy certain products and continues to buy the same products even when they grow up. We like so many things just because subconsciously they are submerged in our buying pattern. Why? Because our family has been buying it for years and years, and this becomes our habit too. So we learned this thing. I take sweeter tea because my parents prefer sweet tea. One of my friend takes tea without sugar because in his family there is a culture of not having sugar in tea. So this consumption just grew because particular family rituals or rules or consumption patterns. So yes, family has an influence over behavior. Families are of nuclear, joint, extended. We know them very well. Then comes the reference group, another social factor, a reference group. Reference group are the groups or individuals, those serve the purpose of point of reference for a particular purchase. If I look up to Messi as an idol, I go for hairstyle. Why? Because that fellow is having similar hairstyle. Or for that matter, if I look up to Virat Kohli, very popular icon nowadays, and I grow my beard accordingly, so this is an influence of a reference group on my behavior. So reference group is a point of reference. It can be an individual or organization. Entire football team can be a reference group, or solely an individual. Ronaldo can be a single reference group. Amitabh Bachchan, for that matter, can be a single reference group for me because he has multiple traits to be copied or followed. The person associates with reference group because we want to be like that, aspirational reference group, or we try to avoid that habit, avoidance reference group. There are multiple categories of reference group. Generally, all the people in the reference group have common buying behavior and they influence each other. Yeah, it happens. You might have seen that camaraderie in Indian cricket team. They influence the behavior of each other. They keep on going and moving, hanging around with each other, visiting each other's places, and definitely there is influence of each other on every individual. So it happens with reference group. Then comes, what is the role of yours and what is the status of yours in particular social setup. So the person is influenced by the role that he or she holds in the society. If a person is in a high position, his buying or her buying behavior will be influenced by his status. They will not go everywhere and anywhere. They are restricted to go to certain places. For example, the CEO of a company cannot be seen in the canteen meant for the foreman or the workmen. So their behavior gets restricted just because of their role in the organization. A person who is a chief executive officer in a company will buy the clothes according his status, while the staff or an employee of the company, same company, will have a different buying pattern. So we can say the roles and the status also ensure the behavior as a consumer. Then comes the cultural factors. Cultural factors play important role, creates a market for the corporate. A group of people is associated with a set of values and ideologies that belong to a particular community is called as culture. One can say the Indian culture. We Indians share the set of values, set of beliefs in the form of various festivals. Every day we celebrate a festival from north to south. So yes, this is a culture and it has an influence on us. Right, in the Dashera, you feel that you buy certain puppets, those depict the Rama and the Ravana, or you buy certain toys like the sword and the bow and arrow. Why you're buying it? Because your culture is propelling you to buy these things. In Holi, you buy colors. In Eid, you buy semai. So these are the reasons why an individual is buying certain things, because the culture is asking the individual to buy these things. People coming from a particular communities have behaviors highly influenced by their culture. Cultural factors also include the concept of subculture and a social class. Subculture is the small set of a particular believer. For example, Indians living in European countries, they share a set of belief. That's why they celebrate their festivals there overseas. So we call it subculture. For example, in India, there can be certain states. There are 29 plus states and they are the part of subculture. For that matter, Punjab is a different subculture. Internally, it is homogeneous. They share similar set of beliefs. They celebrate Baisakhi there. Whereas in South, you will see Onam. So this is subculture. And the social class. Obviously, the social stratification represents the social class. What is the ranking of your, as per the education, income, and other family reputation factors that ensures the social class. And it is a social factor, it is a cultural factor which ensures the buying behavior of yours. Obviously, the people living in one particular colony will buy in a particular way. Probably, this influence gets propagated among all the citizens of that colony if somebody buys a particular brand. Later or sooner, almost everybody is seemingly supposed to get influenced by that factors. So these are the cultural factors. Then comes certain extremely personal factors. Those are responsible for purchasing. For example, age. Yes, there can be infant kids there can be adults, there can be old age people. They have different buying behavior just because of their age. There are income. Income influences the buying behavior of a person. There is no doubt about it. Higher income gives higher purchasing power to consumer. When a consumer has higher disposable income, it gives more opportunity for the consumer to spend on luxurious product. Whereas low income or middle income group consumers spend most of their income on basic needs such as groceries and clothes only. Another personal factor is occupation. Occupation of a consumer influences the buying behavior. A person tends to buy things that are appropriate to his or her profession. A black robe of a lawyer would be bought by lawyers only. Another example, a senior corporate professional would tend to buy formal clothing, whereas a creative designer would tend to spend on casual wears too. So your occupation also decides what you will buy. Lifestyle. Lifestyle is a reflection of your psychograph. Lifestyle is an attitude. Things are being liked by you in your life. Your opinion, your interest, and your actions, they are being expressed by your lifestyle. So lifestyle is also the reflection of your psychograph, and this also ensures that the categories of the purchase you will make in your future. The buying behavior is highly influenced by the lifestyle of a consumer. Someone who leads a healthy lifestyle would spend more on healthy food alternatives like green tea, organic produce, etc. So we can see that lifestyle is a major factor that is influencing the purchasing of an individual. Then comes another factor, very important, vital, that is economic factors responsible for consumers' behavior. Consumers' buying habit greatly depend on the economic situation of a country where the individual is residing. It includes the gross domestic production, that is GDP. It includes the national income of that country. It includes the population of that country or economy. It includes the state of economy. It can be capitalistic economy. It can be mixed economy. It can be socialistic economy. It includes the export and import balances, balance of trade across the globe. It includes the rate of inflation being experienced by that countrymen. For example, if you take an example of Sri Lanka, if you take an example of another neighboring country, Pakistan, so rate of inflation is quite erratic there. So their behavior will also get influenced. When a nation's economy is strong, it leads to a greater money supply in the market, obviously, and higher purchasing power of the consumer. Whereas a weak economy reflects a struggling market that is impacted by unemployment and lower purchasing power. So there are certain economic factors like those we discussed, and in detail we'll talk about these more once it comes as an independent topic for us for discussion. It includes the personal income, disposable income, family income, consumer credit. In modern day, you can see that iPhone can be made available to every individual whosoever can afford the EMI, easy EMI without any interest-free EMI. So these are the consumer credit facilities are being made available by various companies and financial institutions in order to make an individual purchase. So consumer credit is also becoming an important element in order to make consumer buy. Liquid assets. Liquid assets are nothing but those can be easily converted into cash. For example, your cash in hand, in pocket, your bank savings, your securities are some very few examples of liquid assets. So the one who is having higher liquid assets, it gives him confidence to buy luxury goods. Your savings are also another element of economy factors that will enable you to buy the things of your choice. Higher the saving, higher will be the financial security in your mind. So with this, we conclude the series number 1, the consumer behavior and the factors influencing consumer behavior. We'll continue with the next session. Till then, keep learning. Have a good time. Thank you.